Good morning, everyone. I am excited to introduce you guys to one of Sawgrass Capital Partners' favorite investors. We got Byrne Doyle with us here today, and Byrne and I are just going to have a little chat. I'm excited for you guys to get to know somebody who has invested with us across multiple investment opportunities and get to know a little bit of his background. Byrne, I'm going to turn it over to you to just give a little overview of your background and who you are.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you, and welcome everyone. My name again is Byrne Doyle. I'm a Sawgrass investor. I've been with Sawgrass basically since the inception. And, outside of Sawgrass, I've been a retail executive most of my career. Started with Walmart, worked with Best Buy for about 20 years, and was most recently the chief operating officer at Wireless Vision. Now I'm doing some independent consulting while I look for my next opportunity. So that's a little bit about me. Live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Born and raised a Steeler fan, and I know the rest of you are jealous of that.
I, for one, am a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I look forward to those future rivalries here. And thanks for sharing a little bit on your background, Byrne. So you mentioned that you have been with us since inception, which is awesome. What have you seen in the growth of Sawgrass, just in your interactions with us, the different investment opportunities? Talk to me a little bit about things in that realm.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to see some of the growth. When I started off, it was one investment. I thought, okay, we'll see where this goes. Most of the reasoning for my involvement was based on trust. I think anytime you're talking about a financial investment, trust is an important factor. I had worked with both Mike and Rudy in the past, and worked with Chico as well, who came on later. But, in the early days, it was Mike and Rudy, and it was my belief and trust in them as much as anything. And I think that's probably, aside from a return on the investment, probably the second most important factor with any investment. So for me, it was really a pretty easy decision knowing that I had that component.
And within the investment portfolio, is there a specific investment that you go, man, this one's really my favorite, and why?
Yeah, I think it's probably easiest to say the favorite would be Maderi Park because of the early returns on that investment. But if you ask me which one I'm most excited about, it's the Everline investment, the Everline Coatings investment. I think there's so much opportunity and upside with that one. And it's been great to see, even from the start, the growth that business has already had. As a Sawgrass investor, you get a monthly and quarterly video update on any of these investments. I watch them every single month, and love to hear about the progress that the businesses are making. So that's one of the great benefits. Not just an email saying, hey, here's how your portfolio is doing, or hey, here's how your investment is doing. It's great to actually see the personal interaction that comes along with those investments.
Thank you for that. And I think you're right. They each offer something a little bit different. And Everline, which is our franchise syndication, that one is offered just something completely different than the mobile home park portfolio there, but both fun growth stories on the move here.
For sure, for sure. And I think that's what makes it exciting too. It was great to see a little bit of diversification. I think all of us in our portfolios look for some diversification, and for the first time, Sawgrass offered that, and I know that's part of the future as well.
So I'm going to bring us back to one thing you mentioned just a bit earlier, the trust piece. So that's a big part of our core values when we think about, our investors and what they want. Part of it is transparency and trust. And we know that people want to invest with people they know, like, and trust. How do you find, aside from the email updates, or, what value do you think that Sawgrass brings to the investors that maybe other brands in this realm may not?
Well, it's funny, you stole my word. As you started asking the question, the first thing that came to my head was transparency. I think the transparency of what's going on, the transparency of the investments, the candor when things aren't going great, along with the plan regarding what the team is doing to improve the investment, I think is the most important part. I have other investments where, like I said, I'll get an email statement. I don't necessarily get the transparency of how anybody feels about how the investments are going. So it's great to hear, again, very transparently what's going well, but also what's not going well and what we're doing about it or what the team's doing about it to ensure that, the performance changes in a particular investment.
I love to hear that. And I'm excited to share that back to the team. So the last question I'm going to ask you, Byrne, is what is your hope for Sawgrass here from your lens here in the upcoming year?
Yeah, I think there's probably two pieces. I think, for me, it's additional investment opportunities as we move forward, and continued diversification. But I think for the team, because there is the personal relationship, I truly hope the partnership continues to grow, the business continues to grow, the opportunities continue to grow, not just for myself, but for truly everyone involved. And I think that's what makes this a little bit unique, where it's, more than just a financial connection. There is more of a personal, more of an emotional connection as well. So those elements are important to me.
That's great. I want to thank you for your time today, Byrne, and we greatly appreciate your partnership, your belief in us, and thank you for being a Sawgrass investor.
You've got it. Thank you so much, and I wish you continued success.
Thanks, Byrne.